Hi, Michelle Glass here. Welcome back to another one of our Chapter 26, Lecture 26 episodes. We are talking in this video all about the proximal convoluted tubule, or we can abbreviate this as PCT. Now, this is the primary location of the reabsorption of nutrients, ions, and water that were initially filtered out in the filtration that happens in the glomerular capsule. So remember, the process of filtration is not very specific. If those molecules are able to fit through the fenestra of the glomerulus and through the membrane filtration slit created by those podocytes, then it's going to become part of the filtrate. And so obviously some materials are in the filtrate that we need to keep in the body. And so reabsorption, remember, is returning those molecules back into the bloodstream. Okay, so let's set this up just a little bit. We are looking at the filtrate that was produced in the glomerular capsule. Once it enters the proximal convoluted tubule, it's now in the nephron tubule, and so we're going to call it the tubular fluid. Now, most of the nephron is lined by simple cuboidal epithelial tissue, and these cells have microvilli, just like what we saw in the digestive tract. So again, this is going to be important in increasing the surface area. Notice too that you're going to have a peritubular capillary wrapping around this entire nephron. Reabsorption involves the facilitated diffusion, active transport, co-transport, and countertransport of molecules across the membrane of those simple cuboidal cells of the PCT into the peritubular fluid and then making their way into the peritubular capillary. Now, all of these, with the exception of active transport, would be dependent on both membrane proteins and concentration gradients. Active transport, of course, does involve proteins, but it is actively transporting materials, so it can go with or against the concentration gradients. Okay, so we have said primarily what's happening in the PCT is the reabsorption of nutrients and water and electrolytes. Electrolytes including sodium, chloride, potassium, calcium. Also, we'll see bicarbonate ion as an important ion that is reabsorbed. So that at the end of the PCT, you only have about 30 to 40% of that initial filtrate remaining. So a significant portion is reabsorbed by the body. One of our jobs of the kidney is to conserve nutrients, and so we see that here at the PCT, 99% of any nutrients that made their way into the filtrate should get reabsorbed back into the bloodstream so that it's not lost as part of the urine. I've listed also up in my peritubular capillary the sodium ion, HCO3 minus is bicarbonate ion, which we're going to see is an important body buffer, potassium, and then of course water. Now, reabsorption is not the only thing, although it is the primary thing that's happening at the PCT. We also see some secretion activity. Secretion means it's going from the bloodstream into the nephron to become part of the final urine product. And in this case, we do see some secretion of hydrogen ion happening. And that's it for now.